How do we simplify expressions that use indices? In this first example, we have 3x squared times by 4x to the fifth. We can write as 3 times by x squared times by 4 times by x to the fifth. We can then rewrite again, bringing the numbers and variables together. It doesn't matter what order you multiply. So, we rearrange as 3 times 4 times x squared times x to the power fifth. 3 times 4 is 12. X squared times by x to the fifth is x to the seventh, and that's because we add the indices when multiplying numbers that have been raised to the power. We can then tidy up our answer and write more simply as 12x to the seventh. In example 2, we have a division, 4y to the fifth divided by 16y to the seventh. So we write that as a fraction, 4y to the fifth over 16y to the seventh. Again, if we want to, we can rewrite this by putting in the time sign between the 4 and the y to the fifth, and the 16 and the y to the seventh. And then we can cancel as much as we can. The 4 will divide into the 16 4 times. And then the y to the fifth over y to the seventh. Remember, when we divide indices, we subtract. 7 take away 5 gives us 2. So we can write more simply as 1 over 4y squared, because the y to the fifth completely cancels with the y to the seventh to give us y squared. We can leave this as our answer, or we can rewrite in another way just using index form. That's a quarter times by 1 over y squared, which we can write as 1 over 4. Now 1 over y squared, remember, 1 over means you put a minus in front of the power, so that is y to the negative 2. So our answer is 1 over 4y squared, or a quarter y to the negative 2.